Let's see again, it's raining. Good morning, my name is Caesar, and today I'm going to talk about the semiotic paradigm. And basically it is a qualitative study, so it won't have participants, but it includes a lot of researches that infer a conceptualized framework for research, for further studies. So let's just talk about how semiotics work in the tourism research. So signs are identified as anything that can be used to represent something else. And a sign not only stands for something, but it also stands for somebody in a certain respect. So basically, signs means it has a signifier and signified, and it can be inflected simultaneously and interchangeably. So a sign as the relationship between a signifier means word, and the signified means its concept or its object. And because signs has a lot of meaning and it is depend on the context of society. So if you have a certain culture, then the sign, even though the sign is the same, but it means differently in different countries and in different contexts of societies or cultures. So the typology of signs, it consists of 3 categories, and they are icon, index, or symbol. So basically, an icon resembles the object signified in some way. For example, could anyone tell me where is it? London, right? So the Big Ben resembles a city that everyone knows it. So if anyone see the picture of this one, and you will know this is taken in London. And that is the superficial meaning. But in the deeper meaning, the Big Ben means the code of England, means that it is the order, it is the center of England. And everyone go close to it and think it is the center and where it's important. So an index has a causal relation to its designate. It means that, for example, in Taiwan, the score means everything, right? It is nothing, but it is the only thing that means the level of intelligence or the level of diligence. For example, if I got 100 and people think I'm diligent and I'm working very hard. But if I got 0, then people think I'm, a loser or something else. So, an index that represents something as something that you can rely on and think and to judge how a person conducts or performs. And the last one is a symbol refers to its designate only by arbitrary social agreement. For example, in Chinese language, that we use the sun, 字. But how can we define the character means the sun? Yeah. Is there any background or foundation that we can absolutely define that the word means sun and it has its reason? No, right? It is just defined arbitrarily. So a symbol, once again, a symbol refers to its designate only by arbitrary social agreement. So the study of systems of signs is called semiotics. And by uncovering the structure of systems of signs, semiotics can contribute to more free understanding, communication, and behavior. And let's move on to ontology and epistemology of semiotics. Ontologically speaking, semiotics views the reality. By reality, this means our reality, our lives. So, in the reality, that semiotics views reality as a social construction consisting of systems of sign, in which language plays a primary role. And epistemologically, the aim of semiotics are to identify the codes and recurring patterns in a particular sign system, and to understand how they are used to construct and communicate meaning. So, finally, semiotics, therefore, is concerned with uncovering the underlying structures of meaning. And because there is no such thing as a standard structural analysis, because science, once again, science can be identified as anything, as long as it is in the context of a certain cultural society. So there's no such thing as a standard. So, but there is a process that is a kind of universal process that can be used in any kind of countries, and it is as follows. That the first process one is to choose a representative and closed corpus of data in order to apply a synchronic perspective. It means that a synchronic perspective focuses on the current structure and not the historical context. For example, if there is a thing that it means very significantly in the past, for example, the paper. Paper was very rare before. So the paper means very precious. It is something that can only be used in aristocracy. Aristocracy means 贵族. So it is, yeah, so in whatever era, and science have to match with a synchronic perspective which focuses on the current structure. And process two, to specify and segment the relevant elements of analysis. It simply means by breaking the whole into parts. The most important elements or units of analysis are chosen and isolated.